to The Struggle with Candice Thompson, and I am Candice Thompson.
But what's your name?
Candice Thompson. For our new listeners, The Struggle is a podcast where I have guests come on and we talk about things that they're struggling with because we all know adulthood can suck most of the time. So we always are dealing with something that is giving us issues. So here we are on the podcast, The Struggle with Candice Thompson, to laugh about those issues. You can find me on social media at Jokes by Candice. That's on Twitter and Instagram. And my website, damn it, that's not my website. My website is CandiceThompsonComedy.com. It should be Jokes by Candice, and I don't know why I did that. Anyway, CandiceThompsonComedy.com for all my tour dates, etc. And now I'm going to introduce my unlikable co-host, Mal Hall.
What's up, everybody?
Everybody.
Everybody, I'm the one that you despise if you're a black man.
And a lot of black women.
And black women. Hi, it's Mal Hall here. malhall.com for tour dates. Social media at Mal Hall and Mal Hall TV on YouTube. Subscribe, please.
Or unsubscribe if you are one of those people that doesn't like Mal.
You're an asshole. Introduce the guest.
He's so excited to be here. I can see his face. He's sitting right next to me, and he's so handsome.
I'm excited. Yeah, I am.
Really?
Happy to be here, of course.
You guys, I have to. Now, do I have to say your full name for our listeners, or can I call you what I call you?
You can call me whatever you want.
Full name, please.
Call me honey. No, call me, I don't know.
Sweet cheeks?
Sweet cheeks.
Now, don't me too me. Don't hashtag me too.
Yeah, I have to be a little careful, my friend.
Because if there's a man that I've ever wanted to sexually harass, it's this guy sitting right here in the middle. He's so sexually harassable.
Thank you.
Welcome. You're from Brazil. He's a Brazilian, very successful comedian, Rafi Bastos.
Thank you very much. Thanks for the clapping. Thank you. I'm very happy to be. It's not that I'm happy only because we are talking about something very important, which is our struggles.
Mm-hmm.
Is that I am talking in English. So I'm fucking killing in this country.
Yeah.
It makes me happy, I'm just giving like interviews now. It's like fucking my teacher would be so proud of me now. I'm just here to make her suck my cock. Because she said I wouldn't be able to speak English. She was like, no.
She said that, really?
Yeah, I remember. I was like in 4th grade.
But wait, why would she say that?
Because I suck at English. And now I'm doing interviews. Miss Elizabeth, you remember
it only
me.
took him 35 years to master
it took me a little
the English language.
Yeah.
So just FYI, so some of our listeners are probably stupid. So this might they know that. I make fun of my listeners like I've been doing that since my old podcast because they like me, so they're probably not too bright.
Right.
So they're probably going to be struggling, their struggle during this podcast is going to be understanding what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm going to speak a little, I'm going to speak slow, and you guys will understand me.
That's awesome. What's your website on social media?
Yeah, plug your social media and stuff.
I have my website, which is Rafinha Bastos. It's so difficult to
spell it. Is that even going to be difficult for you to spell?
No, Rafinha Bastos, BASTOS.com.br.
Oh, for Brazil. It's a Brazilian website.
Yeah, but follow me. If you're watching this, just send me a message on Instagram, which is much easier.
It's the best one.
He likes dick pics.
I like.
And
You can send me your dick pics, of course. I want to analyze your dick. I'll be happy to analyze your dick.
Would you roast somebody's dick if they sent you a dick pic?
Yeah,
Would you
of course.
go in? Yeah.
That's crazy because I got a lot of people that send me nude pictures on my Instagram. Yeah, like private.
Men and women, or just
Yeah, men and women. Mainly men.
Wait, you got them to send them, or they just
No, they just send
unsolicited
me.
sent you?
Oh, they send me.
Unsolicited.
Out of nowhere.
Well, what is it about your act and your personality that you think is attracting? Because even I don't get that.
No,
I don't
it's
get
just
that
in my Instagram, there's like 1.4 million people.
You have a lot of followers.
So between 1.4 million, that's going to be like 4 people that wants to send their boobs.
For sure.
More than that.
For sure.
Like 5 people that wants to send. And they send, what I found out is that they are not going to send only to me, they send to everyone.
Yeah.
And one thing happened in Brazil. Can I talk a little? I will explain what happened in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
One guy was actually sending like pictures from a girl to every comedian. and you go to like a Skype meeting with her. You thought it was her, but it was him.
Oh, no.
So anyway, show me your boobs. So he would click like boobs.mp4 and you would see someone showing the boobs, like a girl. He had like a whole list of things that she would do. So you can ask her, show. So what he would do is like he would get like a media or something, a soccer player.
Yeah.
And he would record him like masturbating on screen. So he would be like using some videos from a girl, and he got like 15 famous people in Brazil.
And he would blackmail them?
Yes.
Wow.
Asking for money.
Has he been arrested, or is he still in these streets?
People never found out who
never-
that guy was. No, they never found out.
That's crazy.
It's also a great idea.
Yeah.
That's like a Law and Order episode.
So that's my tip. Next time someone just start to send you like nude pictures and stuff, ask for a specific picture.
Yes.
Like, I want you to, like I was like, that happened with me. She came up and tried to talk to me on Skype, and I asked her, put a baseball hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's done.
I want you to put a baseball hat near your third toe on your left foot.
Yeah.
Hold up today's paper. Right.
Today's
Like
paper,
a ransom or right.
Yeah, so do
That's
that.
crazy.
Do that, okay? Yeah.
All right. So
You have 1.3 million followers on Instagram?
he's got a
Yeah,
shitload of followers.
1.4
He's
million.
kind of
That's insane.
what I've heard about you is that you're kind of like the Seinfeld of Brazil.
I wouldn't say Seinfeld, but I would say
The Dane Cook,
no, not the Dane Cook.
the Bill Burr.
Maybe I'm not gonna. I'm mainstream in Brazil.
I'm gonna find a comic that
It's more
that's
like a
comparable.
Louis C.K. type. of thing.
Okay.
Because I did my series talking about my life,
Mm-hmm.
so there's like my stand-up is a little dirty. It's like I'm very likable here,
Mm-hmm.
not that much in my stand-up in Portuguese.
Gotcha.
Got it.
Because
Yeah.
here I have this way of talking. I don't speak English too well. So
Right.
I become likable here.
Right,
In
right.
Brazil, it's more like rough. I talk about abortion. I talk about like a little bit about sex. And I talk about the pregnancy of my wife.
Yeah.
It's
That's
it's almost the same road.
Right.
That's
Abortion. Oh, go ahead.
I think that's interesting to like see your stand-up be received
In another-
differently in two different
Yeah.
languages. You know what I mean? So it's the same. You're doing your same show, but you know the guy that's edgy at home is a likable dude here.
Right.
And I can be here. There's like this, which I think is awesome. That when I go on stage, there is no expectation. They
Right.
don't. They don't know me.
Yeah,
So it's great to just go on stage and they're like, oh, so this is just a Brazilian guy.
liberating. Yeah,
Right.
They don't know me, so it's just liberating. It is.
That's
and I
awesome.
can play dumb.
yeah.
I wouldn't.
Oh, that's an act.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm actually very, very smart. I'm actually very smart. But I can play dumb. I can say, oh, this is just like a misunderstanding. I don't
Yeah.
speak English
Right.
too well, so I can do
People
those.
love that though.
Every night is Vegas for him. He could
Yes.
just
Yeah.
create the character you want to be,
Yes.
and
Right.
then you be that guy.
Right. And you automatically have people on your side because we love that. Like we love here in America, like someone, it's just like, it's endearing to have a dialect and to be from somewhere else. People are like, oh,
Yeah.
they're on your side like automatically.
Because they're like, this is already hard, and now you're doing it with,
Right.
you know,
Right. You
English
get
as a second
sympathy.
language.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Right. And because, you're a really large, you're tall, you're kind of like a striking, like you look very like, and here in like the States, because I've never performed any like internationally, so I don't know where it is, like how it is in other like countries, but that's a knock here in America. Like for a guy to be handsome and to be like kind of strapping looking, people already are like, this guy's not going to be funny because he's too like handsome.
Do you think?
Mal is good looking too. So it's like,
Good-looking guy.
yeah. So people automatically, and this is also for
Yeah.
women, like being an
You're
attractive
at a
woman.
deficit.
Right.
yeah.
People don't expect you to be funny, and they already are like kind of against you because they're like, who is this guy or who is this girl? And
Yeah.
they think
Do
they're
you
cute.
feel that you're a very beautiful woman? Do you feel that? But do you feel when you go on stage like that people
I
kind
feel
of
it.
second guess you?
Absolutely, because I already feel it just in general for being a woman. Period, because we already have that stereotype of not being funny at all. So then you have to overcome that. But then with like also being attractive on top of it, it's women are not necessarily considered funny, but it's also especially not attractive women. It's like usually when you see funny women, it's because they're like bull dyke looking lesbians, or they're like
Missing limbs.
right.
They've overcome something.
Right. There's something there that makes them, this is why they're funny. But if you're like attractive in a woman, it's like, there's no way. And then so you have to overcome that obstacle as soon as you get on stage. You got women in the audience looking at you because they think you're going to take their man. And it's like, yeah. It's so, because their man is laughing at you. And so they're looking at them like,
that's crazy.
You're laughing at her? Right.
So you have to be funny real quick, right?
Immediately. There's no time to fuck around.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I fuck around from the very beginning. I like a challenge.
That's good.
He likes to dig himself in a hole and then.
Pretty much. Should we start with your struggle?
Yeah, let's go into the struggles. That's what I was going to ask you about abortions in Brazil really quickly. Abortions are legal in Brazil?
No, they're not. You just can do it if you're raped.
Right.
Or if the fetus got like
problems,
real problems.
Disabled,
it's not gonna
it's not gonna be able to thrive. Right.
It's not gonna be able to thrive. If there's like a small problem that you can leave, you cannot do it. But if there's like some brain damage or something, then you're able to do it.
What about incest?
I don't think incest.
Are you asking for a friend?
No,
Okay, so Mal impregnated his sister, and so he wants to.
We're looking at countries that allow incest abortion.
And abortion is about to get banned here, after this new Supreme Court appointment.
Oh, yeah?
Well, not banned everywhere, so now it's going to be up to the states to determine whether or not. But with this new Supreme Court judge that Trump has appointed, the person is not going to. It's going to be one of those things where abortion is going to be up to the state.
That's
so now,
crazy. That's
crazy.
We're
reverting back to it's The Handmaid's Tale. Every time I watch The Handmaid's Tale, I have a panic attack.
But what is crazy is that if you do like a poll, I don't know, in Brazil, if you do like a poll, are you against abortion or are you pro-abortion?
I'm very pro-abortion.
The country in Brazil, the country would be against abortion. If they do like a poll, the country would be. I know because, I used to do a show in Brazil, which was a journalism show. It was not comedy. And we did like a whole show about abortion. And I interviewed one woman that lost her daughter. She got an abortion and she died. Because in Brazil, what happened is...
The woman getting the abortion died?
The woman getting abortion died.
Because it was like a back alley? Was it one that she didn't go to like a professional to do it?
What happened is the only people that can go to a profession in Brazil, it's the one that have real
those
money.
circumstances. Oh, okay.
Real money.
It's and have also been raped and in those other circumstances. Right?
Those other circumstances. So it's very expensive to get like an abortion in a clinic and stuff. So the ones that get good abortion are not good abortion, but what I'm saying is that they don't have... That's not good abortion.
Good abortion.
I just got a good one right now.
But no, that is the case.
Stars.
The legal ones are the good ones and that's why you can't make it not legal because women will get hurt and lose their life because abortions are not going to stop. Women are going to continue to get them. They're just going to put themselves in danger because of it.
Yeah, so what happened is in Brazil, they do like, if you're poor, you have two choices. One of them is to go to a clinic, like a dirty clinic in the middle of the favelas, in the slums, and you can try that and you can die. Or you can injure yourself and then the hospital has to do the abortion.
Oh, so you throw yourself down the stairs.
Yeah.
Not only down the stairs, but
hit by a car.
What happens a lot is that they put like needles and fucking, and they actually hurt themselves. So that woman, what happened with her? She put like a poison inside her system.
And she died.
And when they asked her, because her family was too Catholic, she didn't tell the doctor that she was like that she was pregnant.
Right.
So it took a little longer for her to get like the right treatment.
Yeah.
So she died. And when I went to interview the family, I asked them, so now that happened,
how do you feel?
how do you feel? Are you like now that you understand the cause, are you pro-abortion? Because that can save lives. And they're like, no, this is against my religion. So that was her mistake. God want that kid to be alive. So it's not even like a death can make
someone change their mind about.
Yeah, people take religion pretty serious.
Yeah, they were like, that's God's plan, I guess.
That's God's plan. That's exactly what she told me.
Did they justify it by saying, well, she tried to kill this baby, so now that was like God punishing her?
No. They didn't say that. What they said was like, that's sad that happened, but it was like, we are not pro-abortion now because of that happened. It's just because our religion say that this is wrong, so it's wrong.
Right.
God want that baby.
That's
so
her
it's like-
story.
Right.
That's crazy.
Ugh. Well, there's a good struggle right there to start off with. Jesus. Okay. So this, Rafi, you're new to me. We just met not that long ago. But Mal knows that I have ongoing dating struggles, chronic dating struggles. And I was recently dating somebody for the first time in like 2.5 years, if not more than that, I think at this point. And it's over.
Now it's over.
It's over. Like a month in. It was just a month. And it was so sad.
Open and shut case.
Yeah,
Did you
case closed.
Did you like the guy?
I still like him. It's just he has problems. And it's sad to me because this is a friend of mine. Like he's a friend also. So it's just like, but he can't get his shit together. So most recently, I'll give you an example of what I'm dealing with.
Okay.
And so this was my recent struggle. And I haven't even told him officially I'm done with you. He's going to listen to this and hear it. And then be like, oh shit, I got broken up with on a podcast. No, by the time this airs, we will have talked, but whatever. Okay. But in my head, I'm just, because it was one of those things where 3 weeks in, we got into an argument over something. And I was like, it's too soon for us to be arguing about anything 3 weeks in. This is still the honeymoon phase.
Right.
So that was a huge red flag. And I was already kind of done at that point.
And it was like real arguments, not like, you get the last bite. No, you get the last bite.
Which is what a 3-week relationship argument should sound like.
Okay.
Ours did not sound like that at all. Ours was much more...
Screaming and stuff?
Not screaming, but like...
Tense
because he got upset because I was asking him questions about his behavior the night before because he had been drinking. And apparently that's something he was not wanting to talk about. So it was basically like, I'm annoyed by this conversation. And I was just being like, well, you kind of made me annoyed last night with your behavior. So, and it ended with me storming out of his apartment. And then after that,
It's even worse than the screaming.
The storm
To
out.
leave the apartment,
Yeah.
that's worse than screaming.
It was because I was just like, what are we arguing about? Like, I'm just literally telling you what happened last night and why, and can we talk about it? Because it made me uncomfortable. And he was unwilling to even like have a discussion about it. Wow. So that's why I was like, okay, you're this. And then so we had since seen, like a week after that happened, we got together again and he did apologize. And like, I thought it was a place where, I've seen a change in his behavior a little bit. So like maybe he's willing to learn from mistakes. So maybe there's hope for this, which is what I was hoping. And then
Cut to.
So like, and let me know your feedback on this. So on one occasion, on the night where I was getting very annoyed by his drunk behavior, he had picked up some food and brought it back to the house. And he knew I was coming over and he didn't ask me. He was like, he didn't ask if I wanted anything. He didn't ask if I was hungry, if I, wanted him to bring some food back. He did that. And I made a mental note of that. I was like, okay, that's kind of rude. Like, you knew I was going to be here and it's, I was hungry. Like, you could have brought me something. Then he did it again. Like another time I was going over his place and he knew I was coming and he was like, I'm going to go grab some food real quick. And by the time.
Did you ask like, hey, can you pick me something up?
No, but that's not. Again, I shouldn't have to do that. Like, this means you're going to be eating in front of me. Like, I'm going to be at your place and you're going to be eating in front of me.
One of you should have said something. He should have been like, do you want something?
That's what I'm saying.
Or you should have been like, if you knew that you were going to be hungry, you should have been like, oh, I like that place. Grab me this.
Well, this time I wasn't hungry. This time I wasn't. But again, it's like just a consideration thing. Like, you're going to be in front of me and you're getting food. Just say, hey, do you want anything?
Yeah.
And
is he single for like a long time?
I think so.
Yeah, so that's...
He's very selfish.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm sorry, but...
No, please.
Sometimes we are single for a long time. It's just like
you get set in your ways.
Used to get food.
But that's me.
I know.
I've been single most of my life, but I still think about other people.
I completely understand what you're saying. Is that sometimes it's just like he's used to that behavior, and it's time for you to say,
I did though. So that's here. The plot thickens, right? Okay. So then I said something to him, and I said, "Well, this has now happened twice, where I was coming over, and you were on your way to get some food, and you knew, but you didn't even ask if I wanted anything." And he was like, that's just my personality, was his. And then so I was like, to be considerate is not your personality? And he was like, I just didn't, that's just not, I don't think to do things like that. And I was like, okay, but you know what? When I was younger and more selfish, I didn't either.
Mhm.
But now, once I saw friends doing that for me, just friends, not even relationships, but like my
Right.
friends. If my friends are coming over to hang out with me and they're stopping to get something, they always hit me. All of them. Hey, can I pick this up for you?
Yeah.
2 days before, he wasn't feeling well, and I was stopping to get something, and I was like, you know what, let me pick him up this because I know he's not feeling well. And I just bought him like a little emergency vitamin C, and I brought that up as an example, and I was like, when I did that for you, and he was like, well, that was very nice. I was like, well, didn't that make you feel good that I was thinking about you?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, then what you're saying, you can't even change a little bit to be more considerate? Because it's just nice to know that someone's thinking, especially someone that you're dating, to be thinking about you.
But was your tone just like you're saying right now?
I wasn't. No.
Because it looks good, man.
Good question.
I'm just listening to you. I was like, oh, she's so sweet. But then I was like, I was thinking about my ex-girlfriend and thinking how she talking just like what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And the tone would be so much different that maybe I would get a little defensive just because of the tone.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm delivering it now differently just because thinking about it, it's annoying me. And I also know that I'm on this show and I don't care. But at that time, no, I was like, oh, so you don't.
Condescending.
No. It was just, I was not condescending, just curious.
Okay.
I wasn't being condescending. I was just like befuddled because I couldn't believe that it was a cop out for him to say it's not my personality.
Yeah.
So I was in shock because I would never hear I've never heard anyone behave like that before. So to say that it's not my personality to be considerate, I was just dumbfounded. So, and I was like, oh, okay. And that we didn't yell, we didn't argue. It was just kind of like, okay, and like that's interesting. And I was like, I don't know if I can deal with this anymore. So, and when I left his apartment that day, that was like kind of the last note that we left on. Was like, oh, okay. And then since then, I text him, but I wasn't done with him at that moment. I was just kind of like, okay, I don't know if this can be helped or not. But the next day I had an audition in the morning, and then I text him to see if he would want to grab lunch. And so
It's not my personality to eat lunch.
Okay. Like to say it's not your personality to do something nice for somebody is like, that's like Trump excusing his behavior by saying, oh, it's just my personality to be racist.
Yeah.
Like you're literally saying I can't do any better.
Yeah.
And I just don't have time for people who are not for self-improvement. Yeah. And I'm sorry, because I'm a work in progress. And if you don't see that about yourself, then I can't fuck with you like that. So then, but the next day, and this is what kind of sealed the deal for me, is I text him and I just said, what are you doing? He responded like an hour later. He was on a radio show and he was like, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, he's also like planning to go out of town. He has to leave the country for like work. He booked something, so he has to leave the country. So then in his head, he had told me, he was like, I might have to leave like at the drop of a dime because they just told me this information and I need to be on a plane probably pretty soon. So in my head, I was like, oh, he's probably planning for this trip or whatever. But I hit him back and I was like, I just wanted to see if he wanted to meet up for lunch. When are you leaving? And he didn't respond to that. Like he didn't respond the rest of that day. This was on Thursday. He didn't respond to that at all. I didn't hear back till Friday night, like at 9 p.m. And he says, I'm not leaving until next week. So he's been here. In my head, I was like, oh, he's probably packing. He's busy. He's on a way to go fly to this other country, blah, blah, blah. That's why he's busy. That's why he hasn't responded. He responded Friday night at like 9 p.m. saying, hey, I found out I don't leave until next week. So you've been here for like these 2 days and you didn't respond to my text message for like no reason.
How serious is the relationship?
It's not serious at all anymore. It was never serious.
At that time, when that happened.
This just happened.
How long have you been guys?
3, it's been a month, barely a month.
But they were friends for like
we've known
3
each
years.
other for 3 years.
Okay.
So like, again, like the respect of just, I think really he's just a fuckboy. I think he's a fuckboy who doesn't, and I don't know if they have they do, I'm sure they have fuckboys in Brazil. But to explain what that is that we call them fuckboys, is that a dude who is unwilling to put any effort into a relationship. He just wants to get laid. He just wants a woman to like not say much and not argue, but just fuck him. And he doesn't have to do any boyfriend type of jobs, like going out, taking you on dates, which we never went on any dates. We'd been dating for a month. He never like took me anywhere. It was like the minimum amount of effort possible that a boy could put in. I say boy for a reason, is what fuckboys do.
Okay.
And I think that's what he is, which is very disappointing for me because we get along so well. Like you see our chemistry together and it's like, I've heard people tell us when we're out together, you guys need to be dating because the way you interact with one another. And then to find this out, that like, is just sad. But
Do you have any opinion? Or is this like a time for us to say something?
Yeah, you could say how you feel.
Yeah, say whatever. Yeah.
This guy doesn't necessarily have to be a fuckboy. Maybe what happened is something was disappointing for him. Maybe he doesn't want to be in a relationship.
He
not only
pursued me for like 3 years.
Yeah, but you know that you're not dating at those 3 years, right?
Right, no.
So when you started to date, things completely changed. Your dynamics changed. Your dynamic between you guys. Of course, this guy likes you. To stay with one woman for more than a month, to me, yeah, it means something. But it doesn't mean that this guy wants like to be in a relationship.
No, he literally sent me a text message at one point after we had that argument saying, I am not ready to respect you.
Oh.
That's
not cool.
That's a fuckboy. When you literally telling me I can't respect women right now, what are you talking about?
I also don't believe in lunch.
I also.
Did he write? That was the sentence. I am not ready to respect you.
Yes.
I think
that's a quote.
This is mistyping.
No, it's not. No.
Fucking autocorrect. You know how that is.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it sounds ridiculous, right? It sounds ridiculous. But no, his text
what
to me.
he typed was, I'm busy right now. And then the phone was like, I can't respect women.
He didn't
Which
say women.
iPhone do you have? You must have done the update.
You need the update. He didn't say women, but he said, I'm not ready to respect you in the way you want to be respected. And I'm like, what do you mean? Every woman wants to be respected in the same way.
That's
I'm dead
crazy.
serious.
Okay, so I'm not going to defend the guy anymore.
Yeah, no, you can't. And
That's
again, there's more.
this
There is
sentence
more.
is too heavy.
There's more. No,
like,
he's just an
I'm
addict.
not ready to respect you.
Yeah.
You should be respecting me. Like
Just
From
people.
jump. How are
Yeah.
you? This is what I'm saying.
That's baseline. That's
you should
zero.
respect the guy in the market, the fucking
The homeless guy on the
Uber
corner.
guy, the
you
homeless
respect.
guy in the
Just people. So this is what I'm saying. But no, I think he's an addict. And I told myself, that's why I rejected him the first time he hit on me, is because of his addiction. And
the drinking thing.
I didn't even think the drinking was a problem. I didn't know the drinking was. I knew he smokes a lot of weed. So that was the first. I was like, you are a pothead and I know pothead behavior and you guys are irresponsible and you are forgetful and nothing's an urgency to any pothead. Like the house be on fire and they're like, really? Like, what are you talking about? So I just knew that that's me being the type of person that I am. Like, I'm a very structured person. I have my shit together. So I like people to come to the table at least trying to have their shit together. And he's so far from it. But yeah, I didn't know the alcohol was going to be I knew he struggled with it, like, as our friendship got, I guess, more involved. We knew each other better. I knew that at one point he had to stop drinking because of that. But then he started drinking again. And the behavior that he had exhibited on a few times that we had been together, we hadn't hung out that much after when we were dating, we'd seen each other maybe 4 or 5 times in the dating process. And 75% of those times you've been fucked up.
Do you like the guy?
I do. I love him as a person, but I just can't deal with that. And intimate. I can be your friend, but I want no more responsibility than that because you can't get your shit together.
Yeah, the drinking thing is crazy.
No, it's awful.
I don't know.
If you don't know how to handle it, then it could be to your detriment.
Well, yeah, it's. I told myself I dealt with an alcoholic before in a relationship, and I said I'm never gonna do it again. And then I did it, and then okay. So
well, that's sad, Candice.
Yeah, thanks. What's your struggle, Mel?
I'm gonna skip it
because that took so long.
We've been.
I always say it's gonna take 5 minutes. Here we are. This is my therapy. These are my own therapy sessions.
Don't worry.
But you need it, awesome. And you needed to get that out, and I think it's awesome. And awesome. Like,
thanks, guys.
I think. Please stop crying like that. She is the worst crying face.
Yeah, don't cry. Don't cry. It's all good.
But,
it's fine.
Like, we live and learn.
We do.
You know?
That's crazy.
He'll learn something. You'll learn something.
I don't know if he will. He doesn't sound open right now.
But the crazy thing is that you're going to lose a friendship as well.
Yeah, I mean...
If he was really your friend,
he would...
Fucking is bad.
I know.
To lose a friend and the lover at the same time.
Yeah, that's rough.
I think. I don't know.
We'll see what happens. He might change. He might change. We'll see.
What are your struggles, dude?
Mine,
Besides English.
I was dating this guy. He drinks too much. No, that's not my struggle.
Same guy?
No, yeah. And there was like a girl always texting him. And I was like, fuck, man. You're like...
Who this bitch?
And then like Friday night, he decides, okay. And I said to him, now answer this fucking... No, that's not the case. The thing is, I'm in a moment in my life where I have to really decide what I'm going to do the next few years.
Yeah.
Career-wise, or like social life-wise?
Yeah, the thing is, it's always combined because I have to move to America. I had a chance to not to succeed, but to live here for a while, like 20 years ago. I had a scholarship to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
In a school in Nebraska.
Okay.
So, and I decided not to stay. I got injured at the time. I had to do surgery. So I went back to Brazil to do the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And I got a girlfriend and then a good job. And I started to play in a good basketball team. So I decided to stay in Brazil. So I lost that chance.
Yeah.
And it made me feel very bad. I kept dreaming about that place for like all my life.
America? Huh.
Yeah.
But basketball, hoop dreams.
Yeah, in basketball.
Hoop dreams.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was hoop dreams.
Yeah.
Yes. I kept dreaming about that place, me playing basketball over there.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like something that I
What if?
regret that I didn't
The decision.
take that
Right.
that chance. Everything happened. My life is great, and I started to do comedy. And I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be that happy to stay in Nebraska for 10 years.
Right,
But
right.
the thing is, I got injured in the first year.
Yeah.
So I had another 4 years to play and to actually understand what would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't have that chance. I didn't give me that chance. So I never thought that I would have another chance to come here in America and try to do some other stuff. Now I don't play that much basketball anymore. I'm 40 years old, so it's time for me to do another thing. I have been doing comedy for 15 years, so now I have a chance to come here. But life is completely different. Now it's a little easier because I just got into a divorce like last year, but I have a son in Brazil. And he misses me a lot.
Of course.
He misses me. He sent me message, when you come back?
How old is he?
He's 7 years old.
Okay.
And it's an exact time in the life that he's very, very attached to me. He's like, I'm his hero.
You're his hero.
Yeah.
And he does shows with me. He goes on stage. He dances in my shows.
Yeah.
We travel together. We are very connected right now. This is the moment. And he has some little issues like with friendship and those little things that kids go through. And he needs me there.
Yeah.
But I got nothing else to do in Brazil. I did everything that I wanted. It's not that I'm saying that everything was a success, but I did everything that I wanted.
Right.
It's time to move on.
I did a series. I wrote a series. I acted in a series. I acted in like 7, 8 movies. I had my talk show on Open TV. So I did everything.
Wow, yeah.
I got nothing else to do. Of course, I would be happy to stay there and create projects. And I will be living a happy life.
Right.
Have you thought about kidnapping him?
I can't. I have a very good relationship with my ex-wife.
Well, you won't after you kidnap him.
Yeah,
So
I won't.
You'll sever that
Maybe
tie,
that's
and you'll have your kid.
Yeah, maybe that would be good. I don't know
And you
if
have a
Trump.
sitcom.
I don't know if Trump will allow me to do this
Exactly.
at this
Oh, that's
exact
right.
moment.
Yeah.
I have 2 enemies: her and your president. So,
Wait a couple of years.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait a
Before
little.
you kidnap him.
I'm
But
gonna
then
wait
you
a
have a
little.
sitcom right there. That's a premise
Yeah.
for a sitcom.
Yeah,
I kidnapped my son. But say it in your dialogue. I kidnapped my son.
I kidnapped my son. Eu sequestrei o meu filho. That's how I say it in Portuguese.
Waka, waka, waka. How you say that in Portuguese? Waka, waka, waka.
And so that's what I mean right now. I have to decide what I'm going to do. I need to be here.
Yeah.
I need to come here. But at the same time, I cannot bring him here
Yeah.
because he has his life there. He doesn't speak English. It would take a little time for him to get used to this life. And my ex-wife is there. I'm not gonna put her into. I'm not gonna like come stay with him for like 6 months here and 6 months there.
Right.
It's gonna be a little
That's
hard for him.
kind of traumatic for him.
Yeah, you know, I don't want this to be
So
traumatic.
you then just have to go back and forth.
I do, but you know what? It's a 15 hours flight. It's not in Florida, you know.
Yeah.
It's a long flight.
So instead of him doing 6 months, you're going to have to try to do 3 months, like stagger it.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, that's
You can like schedule stuff so like when you're here, it's like go, 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 go.
that's not how it works, because I'm not. What I'm saying is, I have to be here. I have to go to the comedy store with Candice and stay there for a while and speak to some people and fucking and do
He's
all.
talking about how you say networking in Brazil.
This,
In
rede
Portuguese.
de contatos.
There you go.
We have to do this fucking. So it's
Play the
like,
game.
yeah, and be here and talk to people and go on stage and stay there and maybe go to the Laugh Factory on a Wednesday that I don't have show. I have to be there and just be around,
Right.
Yeah.
And I have to build this whole thing.
Right, because you're super famous there.
Yeah.
And of course,
That's
excuse me, we have to go outside
That's
and murder
exactly
somebody who's
how-
honking outside.
maybe this is a Brazilian.
We're in Koreatown.
Oh.
I guarantee
Wow,
that's
the guy-
a Korean person causing that
Your
jam,
guy
whatever's
just-
happening outside.
It's
Yeah.
an angry white person.
Your guy just.
trying to get to Whole Foods here.
Yeah, because nothing's ever that urgent unless it's an emergency. But out here, everyone is
Sunday,
so
man. It's
Yeah.
Sunday.
like, calm down.
Oh,
Jesus,
fuck.
like how long did that take for to get unclogged? Like 30 seconds. Just calm down. Everything's fine.
Okay.
That is a
That's
struggle,
tough.
though.
Yeah, no, that's tough.
So I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do. I have to talk to my ex-wife. She's a very good friend, but at the same time, she sent me a message like 2 weeks ago. It was like the thing is, I was planning to come here with her and my kid. That was the plan.
Like to move here
when you were together.
together.
When we were together, the plan was for us to come here all
As
together.
a family.
Yeah, as a family. So last year in February, when I sat down with her and I told her, I don't have nothing else to do here this year. I didn't create any projects, and because I'm trying to go. So it's our time to go. Everything's ready. Everything's set. Let's go. Let's do this. And she was like, it's a little difficult for me because I have a store. She's an entrepreneur in Brazil. She had like a vintage shop, very famous vintage shop in Brazil. And she told me, yeah, maybe it's not the right time for me. I have my shop. And then I said, okay, instead of just staying like a year, let's stay like 6 months. Oh, 6 months is a little too much. What about 3 months? And she was like, I want a divorce. Yeah, it's not
Wow.
working. It's not working. So
Wow.
so that was
Well, that's one way to handle it.
That's what
You were trying to find.
was
You were trying to compromise and find a way to make it happen, and she was like,
yeah. That's why
"Bro, you're not gonna get the amount of time."
so that's why she's helping me. She's a very good woman. She's helping me a lot with my kid and everything else. She knows that I help her as well financially and all those things. But the thing is, I miss my kid and he misses me more. I can handle, but I don't want to traumatize him.
Yeah.
His
Of course,
dad
yeah.
just went to search for his dream and left me here in Brazil.
Yeah.
And he needs
Yeah.
me. That's what I mean right
Then
now.
we just
Shout
see
out to
footage
you.
of his son doing push-ups. I'm gonna fucking get
Yeah.
you, Dad.
Shout out to you for not being a statistic.
That's amazing.
Just walking out on your kid.
Yeah, that's I don't know
Like
what I'm gonna
Mal's
do.
dad.
I have to be here. Your father just went away?
That's funny to Candice because her parents are together.
Okay.
What a piece of shit. You are a troll, Candice.
Now you can
You should see how happy her face. Like I've never seen her. She's glowing right now, you guys.
now you
So
can
good.
understand why the guy was with her for 3 years. Oh, so you're making jokes about my father. I'm never gonna fucking answer
That's
these
why.
messages
Yeah, that's why
anymore.
dudes don't want to bring you food, Candice.
Oh, that is.
They just know you're gonna make fun of them for
mean,
not having a
can we
father.
talk
Next,
about-
next week, the guy's gonna be here. You know why he didn't bring her food? She was making jokes about my father. How is that possible?
Next week, he's going to be hosting this podcast, and then you'll find out what really happened.
Yeah.
She only told us one side of the story.
Yeah.
I bet she didn't tell you.
There's 3 sides to every story, Candice.
But I do think that is a real thing that dudes are scared of with dating a female comedian is they're going to be clowning them. We're going to be making fun of them. And it's true. Those fears are valid.
Did you ever do jokes about a guy and the guy went and watch when he was like, oh, that was pretty funny.
What do you mean?
Like he didn't
like
appreciate that you're talking
because
about
I was talking about him?
Yeah.
No. And honestly, I've never talked about a dude that I was dating like while I was dating them. Like
Okay, but
I never. And if I do, I never say names. So it's not like I'll say who it was so they'll be embarrassed.
Oh, I use first and last
No,
names.
you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Do you really?
Yes, on stage.
Oh, but I'm the dick. I'm the one who doesn't deserve to have food brought to her.
My jokes are nice, though.
oh yeah,
It's
they
not
are.
like, your father left you. And then there's thunder and effects. Your father left you.
I have this joke. I just shot my special in Brazil, like the Netflix special in Portuguese in Brazil, and I have a lot of jokes about my ex-girlfriend.
Uh-huh. You say her name?
No, I don't say her name, but I describe her.
So everybody that knows her
and
knows you're talking
and my
about her.
special was shot while I was with her.
Hilarious.
Oh.
So it's like, oh, my girlfriend, and
Yeah.
she's not a girlfriend anymore. And the show was not launched yet. It's gonna be
funny.
launched in September.
That's
hilarious.
funny.
So it's like I'm a little afraid that she's not gonna be allowing
Happy.
me to do those. Not even happy. She can sue me actually. Yeah, she can in Brazil. Yeah, you know, if you really want to talk about my struggles,
our faces.
I have fucking lawsuits against me because of jokes. I have like
shoot.
3 or 4 lawsuits. I lost.
Yeah, it's time for you to come to America.
$100,000 because of a lawsuit in Brazil. Because
Of something you said.
because I said a singer, a very famous singer in Brazil. She's very hot and she was pregnant, and I was live on TV. And my friend asked, "It's not even a good joke, but you know." He was like, "Do you think she's hot?" And I said, "She's so hot, I would fuck her and her baby."
That's hilarious.
I mean,
But I got,
and you got sued for that.
I'm not only sued, it almost killed my career in Brazil. I had
She
to
must be very famous. She's like J-Lo
She
famous.
say
there.
she has to be like a
She is a
Beyonce.
kind of a J-Lo
Yeah.
there. And her husband was like very rich and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
influential.
But
And
that's like, dude, if we've watched trends, that's where we're going to be in
That's
like
what I was going
10
to say.
years.
Yeah, you're coming to
We have
America
freedom
like
of
now.
speech here, but
for now,
yeah.
you're coming here at the worst time.
I know.
The
pay
worst
attention,
time.
Pay
I
attention to
know.
these audiences, dude.
No,
when you're
I'm
on stage.
saying
know.
there's some jokes that I do in Portuguese that I just translated. I'm doing here, and the result is completely different. I
Yeah.
have to set up those jokes
Yeah.
In a way that don't offend people.
Offend people.
In Brazil, it's like, fuck, we don't
Yeah.
care.
No.
We don't care. When you talk about race and stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have this joke where I just translated this joke, and I am trying out, and now it's working because I set up differently. I have to say, "Oh, we don't have we don't have racism in Brazil." Of course, we do have,
Of course.
but we don't have that much racism. But so sometimes I say things here that I don't understand, you guys. So it's just like a misunderstanding.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to do before I say the joke. Otherwise, people
They'll get
upset
angry.
because I did the joke, and
Yeah.
people are like, "What?"
Yeah. Wait, we liked you.
Yeah, I lost them.
Yeah.
I lost them when I
Yeah.
said that.
Yeah.
You know, we're losing the freedom of speech and also freedom of thought. Like because of social media and because of like Twitter and like how people get dragged for having a different opinion and just having a different opinion than I guess than if for the whatever side you're on, extreme right or the extreme left, you will get attacked. And it's like, just can I think for myself for 1 second? I don't understand why we have to all agree on something. We're ruining this country. It's
Yeah,
terrifying.
I agree with you. The thing that concerns me more is that sometimes your sentences, your jokes, and information gets out of context. The thing is, if you do a joke on stage, people get that joke and just publish like in a magazine or a newspaper or maybe like in a news on CNN. If they take any joke out of context and put in those
context.
places,
Yes.
it's
It could be bad.
always going to sound
Yeah.
bad
Of
because it's
course.
a joke or making fun of something. So
Yeah.
that's what concerns me more is that now we have like a million different sources of information and they want to use things to make news.
Absolutely.
Right.
So that's why we become vulnerable. Because when Candice goes on stage, she's Candice. She's not a character. She's
Right.
saying what she thinks.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just like ironic. There's sarcasm. When you're on stage, you can feel the sarcasm because
Of course.
behind those
delivery.
sentences.
Right.
But when you're on CNN and someone is reading your jokes, it's just like it's
Right.
it's even bad for us that
Right.
create those jokes
Yeah.
to see.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, it's not that. That's
not what I meant.
Yeah,
I did say that.
yeah.
Ruining comedy.
That is not what I meant.
Ruining
though.
comedy.
That's the problem.
And even comedy, like, it's like now people who, if you're like on social media, you'll see that there are people who are being considered comedians who aren't even comedians at all. They're just people who are outspoken about their views. Like, it could be about LGBTQ or whatever. It could be about race or whatever. If they're outspoken and have videos where they're preaching to people on how not to be racist and how to do better, they're being considered comedians. And these people are actually getting like shows, like comedy shows, because they have large following. But I'm like, they're not comedians. They just have opinions and they're preachy. But that's not funny.
Numbers matter.
And it's ruining comedy.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy.
What's another struggle?
Wait, I have a question about so can I ask you about the divorce?
Of course.
Was that so were you taken off guard by that?
Taken off guard? Was that surprising?
Were you not expecting? Yeah, were you not expecting her to?
It wasn't that. It wasn't a surprise. We were already like. I'm not saying we never have like big fights and stuff, but there was one thing that was like hurting the relationship a lot. That she kind of joined a cult.
That is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
She joined a cult.
Yeah.
What kind of cult?
It wasn't the kind of cult that you see on those
shows.
It wasn't like a
wild country.
Right.
It wasn't the Rajneesh.
The Rajneeshpuram.
It wasn't that kind of one, but it was more like
A sex cult?
no. It was like more like a Scientology thing.
Oh, okay.
Classes were more like classes, but it was a cult. She doesn't think it's a cult, but I know it is. It changed her completely, and she doesn't believe in marriage anymore.
See, and this is why I'm terrified of getting married to somebody, because one day they could wake up and that will happen. Like, I'm terrified. I get nervous about marrying somebody, and then they wake up and they're a conspiracy theorist. You know, one day they think they're a flat earther. They think the earth is flat, or they think like that these shootings that are happening are like crisis actors. But I'm married to you. Like because people you have no control over. People evolve, people change on a daily basis. So like, I don't know who I'm gonna be 10 years from now. How do I know what you're gonna be? And we're gonna say, oh, we're gonna be together forever. It's terrifying.
So all your fears became reality with me. That's
Yes.
exactly what happened with me.
Yes.
She completely changed.
How did she find out about this organization?
But she's still, she's still a very good person. The only thing is that it's very hard. What I'm saying is it's very hard to concentrate in yourself, like spiritually, and have a relationship.
Yeah.
Did you ever see those, how do you say those guys on Tibet? Monks? Monks.
Yeah.
Did you ever see a monk on Tibet that say to the other monks, let's, how do you say like when you
Pray.
No, not pray. When you
Meditating?
When you meditate. You're never going to see a monk say the other monks, let's meditate until 7 o'clock because my wife is doing the dinner, so I have to go home. No.
They meditate till they meditate.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
They just focus on themselves.
Yeah.
So so what happened here in LA is that
It's true. It's hilarious. Yeah.
It's like people are focusing on this spirituality thing.
Yeah.
Be careful because it can change you, and you are not going to be able to relate with people anymore if you really focus on.
But you know
those
what?
things.
That's actually a goal, because I meditate all the time. I'm a very spiritual person, but that's actually one of the goals is to leave this earth with not having any attachments to it. So like, meaning if I have a kid and I have a family, that's attachment, and it's going to be harder for my spirit to go where it goes.
Exactly what I'm saying.
And you'll come back having to like deal with it.
You're not there yet.
I'm not where yet.
No, you're not in the. You're not evolved enough to don't have attachment.
Oh yeah, I know I'm not. I am attached to everything.
But the goal is always to break those little connections. So that's what happened with her. She still loved her kid and everything else. But the thing is, if you learn, you gotta love everybody the same.
Yeah.
Why am I focusing on one guy that is waiting for me to go home and is calling me because we have dinner? This is not gonna work.
Right.
If you really evolve, that's not a reason for you to have a marriage.
Yeah. Right.
So that's what happened with her. She is an evolved human being. I can see that.
Yeah.
And everybody respects her. She's like in that place. People respect her a lot. But the thing is, it's very hard to keep that family union.
Yep.
Totally.
She still loves her kid. She still treats her kid like with love and everything else. But why is she like focusing on me if she can love everybody else?
Right.
I'm not saying having sex with everybody else.
Yeah.
That was not the goal. Probably,
Oh, she fucking.
Yeah,
but that was not the goal.
She's fucking. She's fucking. And what happened was, at the end of the relationship, she said to me, and I will always remember that, if you want to fuck another woman, you can do it.
You didn't care about that?
I don't care about that.
Did you care? Would you care if it was a man?
No, if she was a man.
She said to him.
No, she said to me.
Oh, she said that to you. I thought you were telling her. If you want to fuck another woman, that's fine.
I wouldn't say that. I'm not that evolved.
Yeah.
No, fucking no, never.
Oh, trust me, guys that aren't involved at all enjoy that.
No.
So she said to you, you can sleep with other women. And
You can sleep with another woman. I don't care. Our love is not based only on that.
Right.
And what I said to her, which is very romantic, and it was actually true. It was I went with her. We got married when we stayed for 13 years old. I never cheated on her, not even once. We met before I get famous in Brazil. So through all this process of me getting famous and everything else, I never cheated on her.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got divorced, and she said that, I just said to her, what I really want is to have more sex with you. I really want to fuck you more. I want to have more sex.
What woman doesn't want to hear that?
And what does she say?
But the thing is,
sorry.
You like that more than me.
Yeah.
You just have fun. It's okay.
Oh, wow.
But and then I asked her, okay. I'm going to be fucking other people. So are you going to be like having sex with other guys as well? She was like, that's not my goal. But if you're fucking with other women, I was like, okay.
I see where this is headed.
Yeah,
She said yes without saying yes.
She said yes without saying yes. Exactly what happened. So that's why we ended the relationship. She actually dumped me. I still love her a lot. Not like
if she came back to you and was like, "I missed you."
No.
You've moved on.
We still like talk every day. We talk every day because of my kid and everything. We're very connected.
That's the ideal situation when you have a kid involved.
We are very good friends, and we don't have this. Oh, I stay with him on Wednesday and weekends. We just we share him. I live very close to her, but now coming here, everything is going to change.
Yeah.
That's rough, dude.
Yeah, I wish we had some solutions. Not that we ever have solutions for anyone that comes on this podcast.
Why did I come here if you don't have just to fucking expose myself?
It's just an exercise so you can hear yourself and possibly
I'm exposing myself without any.
This I think is the first first guest that we've had that is like a legit I don't know what to do.
Tell me other struggle that you're like, oh, that's hard. That someone brought here.
Hard.
We had a girl that had body image issues.
Yeah, Jenny Zagrino. She talked about body image. But for the most part, they're not people could talk about Mark Ellis came on talking about he was the pressures of society to start a family and have a kid, but he doesn't think that he ever wants to do that. But again, to me, that's a struggle and I get it. But this is your struggle is
real life.
There's a person involved.
Yeah. A person that I love so much.
Yeah.
It's the most important thing in my life. So that's why I don't want to hurt him. But at the same time, I don't want to be with 55 years old. It was hey, I remember 15 years ago, I had that chance. And kid, now you go to college. Yeah. It's okay. I'll be here. So,
what is totally jacked for Raf is that you had the basketball opportunity that you regret not taking that opportunity. Now, what doesn't happen for a lot of people in life is you get another opportunity.
A second chance.
But now
there's another.
Now it comes with a different consequence.
Factor involved, right?
You play basketball. You know how important this is.
Yeah.
I know that this was just a school in Nebraska, but that was an experience that I will never forget.
Yeah.
Right.
The saying no to the school is something that follows me. And when I think about, maybe I'll go to Brazil and everything is going to be great, I always remember that. I don't want to be dreaming with this until the rest of my life. So that's why I really have to focus on here and make it happen.
So if you had a time machine and you could go back to that decision, would you stay? You'd stay here?
I would. Yeah.
Even knowing your kid now and being if I stay here, this wonderful person that I made is no longer going to exist.
Oh, God.
What would you do, Rafi?
Yes, I don't want my kid. I want to play basketball.
Look how happy she is. Look how happy she is.
She's crazy, man. She creates the
And
worst
she would go
scenarios.
down to Brazil and find your kid and be like, you don't have a father.
I'm going to be like, listen to this podcast where your father admitted you were a mistake.
You're a mistake.
A Brazilian mistake.
She likes the father that leaves her kids.
Yes.
Ah, man, that's crazy.
Shit is crazy.
How is your father?
My father's amazing.
Of course it is. That's why you're so comfortable talking
Yeah,
about it.
about deadbeat dads and kids getting left.
So mean.
I
So
know.
mean.
I guess I'm so sad to say, but we have to wrap this up because it's been an hour. What a sad note to leave.
I don't believe in hours.
I don't believe in ours.
That's
I'm
not,
sorry.
That's not part of
we're gonna still
personality.
talking here because I don't think I am ready to respect you. That's
You
a sentence that I am gonna use with Candice forever.
I'm sorry, Candice. I'm
She's
just
gonna
not ready
send
to
me a
respect
message.
you yet.
I'm sorry. I'm not ready to respect
you.
This is going to be awesome.
I have a very non-respectable face,
That's
so it's
hilarious.
fine. You guys, this has been a real treat. You guys, thank you for listening to The Struggle with Candice Thompson. You can find me at Jokes by Candice on social media and CandiceThompsonComedy.com. Mal, where can people unfollow you?
Thank you, Candice Thompson. People can unfollow me at malhall.com. Just delete that bookmark. Also, at Malhall on all social media. Unsubscribe, unfollow, and Malhall TV on YouTube.
Nice.
Rafi, one more time.
Just send me a message on Instagram at Rafinha Bastos. It's very difficult. Okay.
No one's gonna understand.
Okay. Write it down. Write it down. It's Rafina. I have to create this something like
You didn't.
Bob
comedian.
Smith.
Brazilian comedian. Follow me at Brazilian comedian. No.
You need a Starbucks name for sure when you come here.
Rafinha Bastos. Ah, fuck. I'm gonna, I don't know. just
His links will be in the description of this podcast.
Yeah.
You don't have to spell.
That
We'll
is
do
don't
it
correct.
for
follow
you.
me. I'm not ready to respect you.
On that note, till next time, guys, if you've been listening to this, please make sure to subscribe, tell all your friends about it, and we'll see you next time on The Struggle.
Later.